What scares the shit out of you as an adult? After watching my grandmother and now my mother go through it. Alzheimer's. Watching my parents grow old. I don't live with them, so every time I see them, they look a bit older. Coupled with health issues, and they're not the invincible pillars of strength I used to view them as. It scares the shit out of me. Being unable to provide for the people who are counting on me. Serious illness, cancer, heart disease, etc. Getting older. This shit suddenly started going really fast, like my mom always warned me about. Dementia. You become a shell. A hollowed out human. Dementia is living death. The prospect of outliving any of my children. Loss of financial stability. My uncle's 82 and my dad's 77. Have to face facts that I have fewer years left to enjoy spending time with my family than I'd like. Having a stroke or some sort of aneurysm that leaves me alive but physically closed off and unable to speak or function. Ending up with an illness like ALS, and being prevented from ending it myself. Time passing by. If this is the only chance I have in life to live it, how lousy is this life of mine? Feeling lonely, stuck, hopeless. My kid is just 2 years shy of being 18. When I turned 18 I got a job, could afford an apartment and groceries. Was able to start my life with modest means. This is an impossibility for her in today's economy. I'm scared for her. Inflation. The housing crisis. Poverty after retirement. Being a vegetable, I'd rather die. The thought of getting older. Not just aging and loss of health/independence, but the financial aspect. I'm never going to be able to afford to buy a home or retire. My retirement plan is pretty much to just walk into the forest and let nature claim me. Running out of money before I die. Living my last days alone. Dentist price list. In my 50s. I fear losing my mental faculties as I age and being a burden to those around me. My father had dementia and his final years weren't great. We took care of him the best we could, but it wasn't easy. The future. Bears. Going to the ER. It's not like a routine visit. It's a crapshoot on if it's covered. Scary, scary times. Dying alone. Not even so much the actual act of passing away by myself, but more so living out the end of my years without companionship or someone to grow old with. How easily people can be manipulated through propaganda. We live in a day and age where facts and the truth can be easily found, but people choose not to look, or dismiss it altogether. How many of you have friends, family, co-workers, acquaintances, people who you respected or looked up to, start regurgitating the most horrible nonsense? People who used to be moderate, sensible people. Now they foam at the mouth about things that aren't real or are so disassociated from the truth that you can't even engage with them. It's terrifying seeing memes, fake stories, and word of mouth convince people you admired to throw away all their morals and critical thinking skills at the chance they may somehow benefit from supporting someone as depraved as they are dangerous. To watch settled science completely undone because of few taking heads at politicians tell you to question it. People are dying, the planet is in danger, authoritarianism is on the rise, and a terrifying amount of the public refuse to believe it's even happening. Everything involving my kids. I have 2 new adult sons, so I'm worried about how they'll manage to support themselves in this economy. One just joined the military, so I worry about him and dangerous situations he could find himself in. I also have a preteen, so that's another barrel of worries as she gets older, and she's a girl. Weary face. Not making it home for my kids, toddlers. The idea of them growing up and I'm not even a memory to them. Just a photo of someone holding them when they were small. Them never knowing how much I love them or how much they mean to me. Literally keeps me awake at night. Especially when traveling for work. I fear the lives of my grandchildren will not be as free, happy, and safe as my own life has been. That life seems to only get more complicated the older I get. Morons in cars. The economy. Losing my mobility. My own future and the fact that I'm responsible for it. Looks around, waves arms wildly. Some people's blatant disregard for others. Literally everything. Being homeless. The end. Not death, death is not the end. I don't believe consciousness can truly die, ever. How can it die? Utter darkness. Do we all just cease to exist when we die? I don't think so. But, then, what is the end? Poverty, depression. Politics and politicians. Just a bunch of narcissists and megalomaniacs pretending they're helping anyone. I'm 22 now, and this happened when I was 15, but the thought of my mom attempting to take her own life again and being the one to find her a second time. That is a pain that I wish no one has to ever experience, and if you have, I'm sorry. I'm just, really scared of losing my mom. I don't know what I'd do without her.